I am Professor Dr. Jeffrey Sadock, and I have the high honor of serving as Grand Marshal and opening the ceremony. Please stand as we welcome our honored guests. Please welcome our distinguished faculty and staff. we welcome the reason we are here, the Bergen Community College Class of 2022.
Dr. Eric Friedman, the President of Bergen Community College. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, our elected officials, the faculty, the staff, the students, and the members of our platform party, welcome to Commencement 2022! This represents a very special commencement, our first live and in-person since 2019. It also marks the first commencement for many of our faculty and staff in attendance. This is the first time our health profession students will wear honor cords in recognition of their contributions during the pandemic. And this is the first time we'll end the ceremony with a very special surprise. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Please make sure you stay until the end of the ceremony. I promise it's worth it. As we do every year at commencement, let's begin with the singing of our national anthem by student Divinity Montijo, accompanied by her faculty mentor, Dr. Andy Greeken.
All right, Dr. Cricken. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands and of the free, and the home of the brave. Thank you.
Thank you, Divinity. Our form of government is led by Bergen County Executive James Tedesco III and a 7-member Board of Commissioners that oversee legislation and maintaining the quality of life we have all come to expect from Bergen County. With that in mind, I would like to welcome Commissioner and former Bergen Community College trustee Jermaine Ortiz to offer remarks on behalf of our government officials.
Good morning, Bergen Community Class of 2022. We salute you. You did it. You earn the right to walk upon this stage to get your degree. We, the Bergen County Board of Commissioners, also salute our newly installed president, Dr. Eric Friedman, who has commenced a journey of his own, one that requires vision and leadership to bring New Jersey's largest community college to new heights of academic excellence. And congratulations to the college's valedictorian, Katie Conti. Katie presently serves as the Adult Services Manager for Bergen County Special Services Adult Day Program, Stepping Stones. Bergen County provides an abundance of service for our 1 million residents, and Katie embodies the qualities only our most exemplary employees possesses. Her commitment to developing her expertise and practices is a testament to the residents of Bergen County that they're in great hands. This spring, one of the highest points was when First Lady Dr. Biden came to Bergen Community College. Woo! and I'm sorry. And for the college's Federal Higher Education Emergency Relief Fund. Before Jill Biden's vision, Bergen used nearly $5 million of federal pandemic relief funds to satisfy the outstanding balances of almost 2,000 students with past due tuition bills. The college also offered tuition-free childcare for 25 student parents. Congratulations. Bergen has its students' backs educationally and financially. Graduation can be a sad time in many ways. This is the time Bergen Community College experience. You have spent some formative years together and exploring, asking questions, and finding answers, leaning in and making friends. College has helped you understand only how you can function in the world as an individual, but how you can work and grow as a team. Your brain has expanded and developed. Your relationships and the view of the world have expanded too. Still, they call it commencement for a reason. This is a moment of triumph, new beginnings. Savor it. And remarkably, we're able to savor it and celebrate it together in person. After 2 years, our virtual ceremonies due to COVID-19, we are here in person at MetLife with more than 2,500 students eligible to graduate. We're still going in and out of COVID services, but we have come a long way in terms of testing and vaccinations. You have been through a once-in-a-century public health crisis. You may have lost some loved ones, but you are here, and that's a triumph in itself. And whatever you may major when you graduate, you know that there's another major that hasn't appeared on your degree. It is the major in resiliency. Virtual learning takes more time and may prove difficult. And students have reported it's easier to lose focus during online lectures. Your professors had to develop more empathy and flexibility when teaching remotely. The most significant adjustments educators may have been is navigating the technology itself. Two contradictory things happened when learning became remote. The shift to online education led to struggle for many, and it led to young people to act creatively and ingenuity. The loss of in-person classes contributed to declines in test performances for some students, and it created new opportunities for student learning and inventiveness. You are a special group. The pandemic slowed you down and isolated you in many ways, but it forced you to inspire yourselves to interact inside and outside of the Zoom box, and to learn, think, and share in the privacy of your own space. You are special to us, and you're all special to one another. Congratulations. God bless you all.
Thank you, Commissioner Ortiz. I have a question for everyone. Are you all in? 10 years ago, with those words, our keynote speaker, John Paul Gonzalez, stepped out of his history classroom in Union City and into the national spotlight. There, he inspired the New York Giants to a 4th Super Bowl title. It's fitting we're here today at MetLife Stadium, home of the Giants, as we introduce John Paul, whose all-in mantra has become a way of life for many. To date, John Paul has addressed teams and groups from around the world while continuing to serve as the chaplain for the Giants. He is a former first-team All-America forward from Montclair State University, scoring nearly 1,400 points in his 3-year career. He played in the NBA Summer League and was offered professional basketball contracts. Yet he turned them down in order to continue his work with at-risk youth. He is the founder and executive director of Hope and Future, an organization dedicated to using athletics and physical fitness to share a message of hope in inner-city schools and juvenile jails. I don't know about you, but I'm all in. Let's welcome John Paul Gonzalez.
Before I begin, really quick question. Is anybody out there a Giants fan? All right, excellent, excellent. And I know we share a stadium with another team. Anybody here a Jets fan? Good luck with that. That's mean, I apologize. But as you heard, I'm not a professional football player. In fact, when the Giants called me up, my regular job is teaching 9th grade world history. So honestly, I thought it was a prank, I thought it was a joke. But it's interesting because as you've learned and as you heard, you've built up resiliency to not get prepared when opportunities come, but to be prepared when they're offered. And I remember getting that opportunity to speak to the team. And I'll be honest, I was scared. And I'll let you know, if you're not scared, sometimes that's a problem, because sometimes being nervous, it means you care. And I remember walking into that team room the first time, and a defensive lineman on the team at the time, you might remember him, his name was Chris Canty, he was waiting at the door. And in case you didn't know, Chris Canty's about 6'9", around 320 pounds. And I remember he shook my hand, and as he shook my hand, I remember feeling his fingers go all the way down to here on my wrist. I remember he looked down at me and he said, "You better tell us something good tonight." No pressure. I remember speaking to the Giants for no more than 20 minutes. And when I walked out of those doors, I'll let you know that if you are waiting on the other side, saying, man, it must have been great, the team must be excited, they're about to go on to win a Super Bowl, I honestly would have told you that I failed. I would have said it was a complete waste of time. See, in my mind, I said, why would the New York Giants care what a ninth grade world history teacher would have to tell them? But the interesting thing is, guys, we don't have to watch It's a Wonderful Life during the Christmas season to be reminded of the fact our words and our impact, they have power. And whether you realize it or not, these past couple of years, your words had power. Your actions had power. Your family members watching you log on, midnight, 1 a.m. after you finish your shift, that has power. You don't just talk about hard work, you exemplify it. And as we know in our society, character can't be taught. It's best shown. Thank you for being one to show it. And as I said, when I spoke to the Giants, I thought, nothing's gonna happen. But before I know it, they start to win. They win the next game and the next game and the next game. And if you're a Giants fan, you kind of know the rest of the story. They make the playoffs, and before I know it, I start to get phone calls to be on Fox News and CNN, and finally they make it to the Super Bowl against the Patriots and getting invitations to even go to the Super Bowl. But I knew as a teacher, if I went to the Super Bowl, I was gonna miss teaching my students the whole following week. So as a good teacher, I said no thank you. Also as a teacher, I'd used up all my sick days, so I couldn't take off anyway. Part of the education profession, if you're going into it, keep that in mind. And they go on to win a Super Bowl. And I remember going to school the next day on that Monday morning after the Giants beat the Patriots, and there's news vans lined up down the block. And I remember I gave interview after interview, and the next day, Tuesday, I don't walk to school, I run to school, because honestly, I'm thinking, who's gonna put me on TV today, right? What podcast am I gonna get to be on? A little bit of an Oprah fan. I thought she might be waiting with a car outside my high school. But I remember when I turned the corner Tuesday morning, it was nobody. See, guys, in case you're wondering, fame is only that quick. And if you remember nothing else, please remember this. Fame is what we do for ourselves, but greatness is what we do for others. Yeah, cool. See, fame is about self-preservation. How long can I stay in the spotlight? We watch many a celebrity try to stretch that 15 minutes into 16, right? But see, greatness is not about self-preservation. In fact, it's the complete opposite. It's about self-sacrifice. How much can I give of myself so that one person's life might be just this much better than I had it? See, there's another person we're celebrating today, and many of them are sitting right behind you. They're your families. They didn't choose fame when they took that third job to be able to help pay for tuition or help get you that car to be able to commute. They chose greatness, and we need to give them a round of applause for what they do every single day for you really quickly, yeah. Thank you. And see, the last thing about greatness that we always must keep in mind is greatness is not what we achieve, it's who we become along the way. You've paved the way for so many in your own families and in your communities. As we heard in some of those video montages before we started our program, many of you were doubted. Many of you know what it is to sit across from someone else that question, why are you continuing? What's the point? In fact, you had to make some tough decisions, turn down certain shifts, maybe even another job opportunity, because you said, I'm gonna be committed. See, the funny thing is, in our society, risk is revered. We applaud the person who takes great risk. Sometimes commitment is looked down upon. But the paradox is commitment is risk. Anybody can jump from school to school, thing to thing. But when you're all in, you stay committed despite the highs and despite the lows. Thank you for choosing to be all in, not just for your education, but for the generations that will come after you and follow in your footsteps. And I'll let you know the last thing is, well, the Giants, they decided to make t-shirts for their victory parade in New York City, and the crazy thing about those t-shirts is they put 2 words on them. And the 2 words the Giants decided to put on the shirt were all in, and I mean, that was cool, and I go back to show my students in my high school, and they think it's great, and you know, first period, they're like, wow, Mr. Gonzalez. By third period, they could care less, and then I remember getting phone calls. One phone call was particularly angry. I got on my school phone, and it happened to be one of the football coaches at our high school in Union City. He said, hey, you talked to the Giants. Why didn't you talk to us? We could have won like that too. And I said, Coach, I didn't know it was going to have that effect. And well, in Union City, New Jersey, not that far from here, we made t-shirts too. And of course, we put 2 words on them all in, and that was great. And then I started to get phone calls from from across the world, and I remember one particularly coming from London, England. They said, Mr. Gonzalez, we know you worked with an American football team, but here in London we play real football. I said, well, that you're probably referring to soccer, and it turned out to be an organization I got a chance to do some work with. They're called the Arsenal Football Club, and they put All In on the back of their jerseys, which is really great, and we don't have to talk about them losing the other day. That's not important right now. And I'd have to say that the biggest honor for me, without a doubt, is, we play a video game called Call of Duty, and we can begin to think that we understand what it is to interact in the life of a soldier. But it's completely different getting the honor and privilege to actually work with our armed forces and with the cadets at the West Point Military Academy not far from here, then with our Air Force. And it's been a privilege to get to step on bases throughout our state and throughout our nation and get to work with our United States Army. Yeah, we need to give them a round of applause for the sacrifice they make for us and our country every single day. It's amazing what they do. They put All In on the back of one of their training shirts, which was amazing. But like we said, as we finish, this is not about t-shirts. You've learned that. You've learned that All In isn't a feeling, it's an action. Oh, it can move you to a feeling of being committed, feeling good, but you've known it took an action. It took driving, getting on campus sometimes, logging on when you were way more than tired, staying up later than you thought was possible. You also know that being all in wasn't a one-time thing. It didn't last just for one semester. It took every single one. It took being committed, especially when you didn't feel like it and when you didn't want to. See, when I went and spoke to the Giants in that room that night, I didn't talk about football. I asked them the simple question, what does it mean to give your best? And yeah, I used the phrase all in because I alluded to a poker analogy. I said, guys, if you push your chips in the middle of the table, what does that signify? And Justin Tuck was on the team. I remember he raised his hand. That means you're all in. He said, it means you're ready to win. You're willing to give everything you have. I said, you're right. Now, I said, if you push your chips in the middle of the table while you're playing poker with a group of friends or even at a table in Atlantic City or Las Vegas, are you allowed to pull the chips back and tell everyone you were just kidding about the whole thing? I remember he said, no, in fact, that's a great way to get punched in the face. I said, Justin, you're right. If we would never do it in a game of poker, why do we think that option is okay with our lives? Why do we say we're going to be committed to something when things get difficult? We look for a way to quit. So yeah, I gave him a chip, and I asked him to sign it, and I said, put it someplace you see it, and when you see it, you let it check you. Am I giving my best? Some guys put it in their locker not far from here, and they said they would look at it before they hit the field. It helped them play better. They won a Super Bowl, so I guess. Other guys took the chip, however, and said, I'm all in for football. But if I'm honest with you, I haven't been very committed or faithful as a husband and a father. I need to change that. One of the guys, if you watch the video that ESPN did about it, he actually got the words all in tattooed across his chest, Antrell. I said, Antrell, nobody said to do any of that. But he gave me a good reply. He said, I did it. I put all in on my chest because I want to remember that when I wake up in the morning and I look in the bathroom mirror, it's what I do when no one's watching that's going to make the most difference in my life. And he's right. You know he's right, because it's the things you've had to do these past couple of years when nobody was watching, the hard choices you've had to make, not just the sweat, but for some of you, the literal blood that you gave to be here today. I want to congratulate you guys, because you being all in, you know it's not a feeling, you know it's not something you just turned on and turned off, and you sure know it's not a t-shirt. You've made it a part of who you are. And as I like to say, you've realized that all in isn't a slogan. You've chosen to make it a lifestyle. Congratulations and God bless you.
Who's all in? All right, thank you, Jean-Paul. I am Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Brock Fisher, and I have the distinct honor of welcoming the top student in the class of 2022, Katie Conti, our valedictorian. Katie has provided critical leadership for the college's chapter of Phi Theta Kappa. The chapter recently continued its tradition of excellence by winning international and regional awards recognizing their Honors in Action project. The project, Our Stories, American Identity and Me, tapped into the stories of members of Bergen's Korean community, highlighting identity in America and what it means to be the Korean immigrant community. Individually, Katie has earned awards such as induction into the Phi Theta Kappa Regional Chapter, Officer Hall of Honor, the 2022 Coca-Cola Academic Teen Gold Scholar, and even had a paper published in the Notabene Library Journal. She also just won the 2022 Write Student Essay Contest sponsored by NYSOD. With all of that said, it should come as no surprise that Katie has also earned a spot on the 2022 New Jersey All-State Academic Team. And so, it is my great honor to introduce the class of 2022's valedictorian, Katie Conti.
Hello, class of 2022. I still can't believe I'm standing here. On behalf of the graduating class of 2022, I would like to thank everyone who worked so hard to make Bergen Community College the phenomenal institution it is. Thank you to our president, Dr. Eric Friedman, Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Brock Fisher, Vice President of Student Affairs, Dr. A.J. Trump, esteemed members of the Board of Trustees, and distinguished faculty for working diligently to provide the best education possible and to support our academic success. To all the campus staff who worked so hard to keep our school running, even through a global pandemic, we thank you. Before I begin, I would like to thank my husband, Charlie, for being my biggest cheerleader on my academic journey. I can't forget to thank him. He's my ride home. January 10th, 2020. That date will forever stand out in my mind. January 10th, 2020 is the day I registered for my first 2 classes at Bergen Community College. I remember how nervous I was that day. It had been nearly 27 years since I was a student. As nervous as I was that day, I had no idea what was in store for us just 2 short months later. It is the events of March 2020 that makes our graduating class stand out from the rest. For many of us, our only experience with college was during a global pandemic. And yet here we are. We did it. Despite all of the challenges we faced in the last 2 years, we finished our degrees. Just in case it hasn't been said enough, I am going to say it now. I am so very proud of you. As a student body, we figured out a way to connect to one another, support one another, and help one another through a new virtual learning environment, one many of us have never experienced before. We have proven to be one of the most resilient groups of college graduates to walk this stage. Remember that as you move forward on your journey, whether it be to a new institution, a new career, or wherever else you are headed. Remember that we are pioneers of our time, creating a new path of higher learning with no notice. We are leaving behind a legacy that will be talked about for many years to come. We map out these paths for ourselves and try as hard as we might to stay on that path. There are always things that cause us to veer from our course. Maybe we take a shortcut. Maybe we take a scenic route to avoid tolls. Maybe we are forced to detour. I myself, in true Jersey fashion, took a 27-year detour due to construction. We hit speed bumps and potholes. Some of us live our mother's worst fear and sit in a ditch on the side of the road for a while. Sorry, Mom. We pick up passengers along the way. Sometimes we carpool. Sometimes we joyride or cruise. Sometimes we pick up hitchhikers. I have picked up 3 hitchhikers myself. Their names are Kaylin, Jared, and Elijah. My husband keeps telling me they are children, not hitchhikers, and to stop trying to leave them at the bus station. Sometimes we find an inviting porch swing where we stop, sit, and sip a cup of lemonade with a stranger who shares unsolicited wisdom. It is on a front porch where some of the deepest, most meaningful conversations take place, ones that we carry with us as we continue down our path. That is what I imagine Bergen Community College to be, a giant, inviting front porch, and the professors are those wise strangers waiting with a cup of lemonade. Now it is time for us to say goodbye and begin the next leg of our journey until we find the next porch, or better yet, build our own. As we move forward, we have a responsibility to share our stories of Bergen, letting others know about the opportunities that can only be found at a community college. We are the key to reducing stigma surrounding community college. We need to talk about Bergen and invite others to our front porch. When you do, talk about the incredibly diverse population of students found here. Talk about Bergen's one-stop model, which makes registering for classes, asking financial aid questions, and making transactions a breeze. Talk about the amazing tutors at the award-winning Cirillo Learning Assistance Center, who offer support for over 200 classes. Tell others about the Child Development Center, which provides student parents free or low-cost preschool and after-school care for their children while they attend classes. Share your experiences with our STEM, nursing, legal studies, culinary arts, communication, psychology, aviation, broadcasting, and my personal favorite, education programs, just to name a few. A shout out to Dr. Krieger, Professor Altschuler, and Dr. Keene for taking me under their wing. Let us tell others about the Institute for Multicultural Learning, the J.K. Wynn School of Honors, and our athletics department. Go Bulldogs! Let's not forget about our professional and workforce development programs and the Turning Point program. Remember to tell them about the many clubs, the foundation scholarships, transfer agreements, the Student Government Association, and Phi Theta Kappa. Another shout out to Professor Mayer, Anna, and Dolores for keeping me in check. Most importantly, spread the word about how a community college changed your life for the better, helping you to grow as an individual and maximize your potential. Let's crush the stigma. Today, I want you to savor that final sip of lemonade on the front porch called Bergen Community College. Soak in your final moment as a Bergen student. I want to wish you all great success in your new role as college graduates. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Thank you, Katie. And now comes the best part of our program. Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Fisher, please recognize our graduates.
3 years I've been here and waited to do this live. As Vice President of Academic Affairs, I have the pleasure of letting you know that it's now time for the reason we're all here. I have the privilege to officially certify the candidates for graduation have successfully met the requirements for Bergen Associate Degrees and Certificates. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the class of 2022. Please follow the faculty and staff volunteers up the stage before returning to your seats. And make sure you return to your seats because we have something very special planned for you at the end of the ceremony.
Give them their diploma as they're coming to shake hands. Okay?
John Ruby, Pedro Jose Guarin Camargo, Caitlin Moreno, Juliana M. Perez, Nancy Jimenez, Yadira McMillan, Alan Yair Ross Lang, Maxwell Harathan Rothschild, Ms. Eliana Omanya, Justin Bonkaran, Simra Ahmed, Faith Leanne Adams, Taylor Ave Burney, Nimati Orakat, Eliana Malo, Talia Gutnikoff, Gabriela Robayo, Akil M. Kasabai, Mr. Jefferson Orr, Alex Gonzalez, Victoria Gusjora, Masin Ashawi, Priscilla Abreu Silva, Daniela Mansabo, Ryan Liam Berninger, Luis Michael Davio, Michelle C. Kogan, Kezia Bomtempo Rodriguez, Thais Peña Fernandez, Jocelyn Isabella Nin, Huma Nisar, Sawana Z. Oaxaca, Gabriela Bravo, Kiara Perez, David Lopez Ortiz, Samantha Ramos Gonzalez, Ashley M. Urena Tavares, Moinan Ravo, Sarah Habramson, David Zamora, Alexander Reynoso, Parth P. Rana, Franco Marquez, Isabella D. Alleman, Grace Lunenberg, Mr. Eduardo M. Sabrino, Anthony Michael Generelli, Vanessa De Leon, Nicholas Braden Parisi, Aman Ghafour, Mr. Angelo J. Ovayi, Abdelatif Akse, Sonia Diane Brown, Saida A. Abbas, Anieli Guadalupe Carino, Samantha Ann Riccio, Paula Crespo, Juliana S. Baldwin, Tasneem K. Isa, Amina Hassan, Joshua Pashalyan, Jorge Enrique Urias, Kaylee Avila, Alexander Levinson, Noel Eugene Record, Kirsten Marie Ross, Sarah Maringer, Samantha Elizabeth Kaczynski, Roberto Morales, Amber Nielsen, Messiah Spicer, Mr. Eric Drazek, Benjamin DeCan, Mariah Singletary, Hillary S. Talon, Raza Abbas, Autumn Jennings, Emily Marina Okana, Christina Barron, David Valdivia, Anthony James Bertolo, Amy N. Chavez, Hilda P. Castro Rodriguez, Giovanni Vizentini, Juvern Divino Ramos Manongo, Mr. Michael Parlier, Karan J. Best, Cassandra McDonald, Amilca Lara, Gianna Di Fiori, Jeanette Borda, Keno Ochida, Ambar Stephanie Cedeno, Amira Lewis, Francesca Padilla, Tiffany M. De Oliveira, Giselle Vargas, Christian M. Briganti, Jennifer Morales Sanchez, Samuel A. Cruz, Natalia Romero Marmolejo, Carmela A. Vidal, Jacqueline Featherstone, Caroline Grace Unger, Ronald Nada, Sky Michelle Reeves, Sanaa Awad, Randy Parker, Stephen Puello, Ms. Mary P. O'Shaughnessy, Carlos A. Sierra, Michael G. Stack, Lydia Tasova, Sarah Sekulaska, Justin T. McCoy, Jonathan Fenner II, Nicholas John Kessler, Ariana Sofia Giraldo Remy, Samantha Marie Pietropalo, Alexa M. Felton, Daniel Portal Reyes, Michael Savino, Isabella Garcia, Bianca Vasquez, Madison Del Santro, Christian Esgilaolu, Giselle Alexander, Ms. Erica Joy Tolio, Ashley R. Zisman, Lauren McNaught, Adriano Labruno, Jayla C. Gabriel, Anthony N. Travisano, Aaliyah Venus, Victoria Yu, Nicole Tapia, Pascual Francisco Morales, Patrick Gawel, Marcus Jimenez, Abraham Hamza Hashem Salem, Basil Soleil, Nicholas T. Peterson, Mark James Catchler, Deanna H. Krantz, Ms. Shamor C. Anderson, Mr. Jeremy J. Anisieta. Karina Crystal I. Issip. Raymond Cortez. Ms. Karina Montalvo. Ruby Rose D. Collada. Miss Andrea M. Hines. Wendy M. Palenko. Ms. Bernice Villar. Gregory Marseille. Andres Santa Cruz. Jose Fonseca. Li Ling Ann. Riley Rodriguez. Jessica Borges dos Santos. Mr. Kylo Danilo Gonçalves. Elliot Taylor. Mr. Konstantinos Mokos. Juliana Nicole Betsy. Nilani R. Hernandez. Eliana M. Guzman. Jackson H. Evangelista. Joel An. Ju-Woo Lee. Yushin Kim. Taylor Albanese. Erica Stroud. Ashley Morley. Brianna Monet.
Darlene, can you tap Joe Moretto to relieve Dottie and tap Anthony Curitin to relieve Jermaine? Okay? Thank you.
Daniela Moja. Feng Ling.
Oh, okay. So they're Joe Moretto.
Gabriel Sanchez.
On the second side in the blue
Laith I. Hassan.
is on the Udric Bote.
Rizamel J. Dabu.
Second from the left on the in the front row.
Joseph Sayuda.
Is in the second row.
Andrea Babu.
He is in the second row, closest to the center aisle. Mike Sabaha.
Nicole Shved Barbosa. Carol Alexandra Sanango. Olivia Gibney. Hazel M. Etchegoyen. Naija E. Fai. Daniela Botero. Ms. Amy Jafar. Karen Monegro.
Joe. Tap Anthony Curry.
Jalen Sean Garcia. Batul Fatima. Kim Evans. Bridget Altamirano. Christopher Paul Cronin. Darren Gomez.
Replace Dottie and replace Jermaine, okay? Go ahead. Yeah.
Hannah Gomez. Rose V. Becker. Kimberly Pagan. Anthony D. Williams. Gabriel Sterneski. Stephanie Romero Cruz. Mauro Pereira. Maria Elena Danielle Vicari. Megan Johnson. Kylie Alyssa Delgado, Gabrielle Lash, Jennifer Dunsheath, Sabrina Gale, Stephanie Van Domselaar, Talia G. Andrade, Brandon R. Miller, Kyla L. Silvera, Gabriel I. Vu, Montserrat D. Nunez, Jasmine Macias, Hadi Al Abed, Jared Weigreich, Tayani Prado Ferreira,
Adam Crosby.
Zainab Labiad, Kaylee Arises, Fernandez C. Armas Alvarado, Verna Manning, Veronica Burrows, Alexa Rose Banoff, Holly Ann Severino, David Espinal, Jennifer Peoples, Denise Roberts, Nicole Smolinski, Brianna Wardini, Tenzin Naima Lama, Albana Hassanai, Nazar Tuhulak,
Diana Flete.
Heather Capuano,
Juan Patino.
Ms. Kathleen Rossi, Zaina Turek Awida, Stephanie K. Duran, Angelique Celeste Jasper, Nicole Justine Garcia, Ms. Mianu Haralam,
Fabiana Angolo La Rosa.
Roxy G. Pablo, Andrea N. Irias Geminis, Alyssa C. Marchioni, Jonathan Rodriguez, Victoria Lauren Valez, Eric Espiritu Santo, Murad Kashuka, Gabrielle A. Cruz, Julia Y. Goikman, Christina Galeras, Rosetta Cosi, Dolores A. Barnett, Thomas Brownch, Jaylee A. Torres, Kyla Bautista Ignacio, Janine Carrion, Jessica P. Carchi, Carla Karungwi, Emer Brophy, Kinde Menkapata, Albert Anthony Perez, Omari Sanchez, Arian Richardson, Kathleen Charles, Genesis G. Hernandez, Caitlin N. Hernandez, Mr. Billy De Leon II, Nahamas Ramon, Ms. Magali Sermenio, Angela S. Henry,
Bakr Al-Shahabin. Shania Davis.
Alyssa Reyes, Lynette Santana Encarnacion, Juan Camilo Quinchilla Vasquez, Christopher S. Doherty, Maria Emilia Borgia Guerra, Kadria Simeon, Chris A. Fernandez, Mr. Jarnels J. Legnalet, Matthew Naguib, Lilia Bardales, Melanie Ojeda Tunjar, Gressley G. Santos,
Lily Bell Negron.
Yanabo Rodriguez, David P. Tsai, Carrie J. Ramache, Carla M. Pettis, Rebecca C. Patacula, Mr. Archie Harvin, Kaylee Gonzalez, Arij Shobaya, Mecker Bedoya, Krupta Gajira, Jacqueline Torres, Nicole S. D. Laval, Sohaib M. Iftikhar, Geraldine Jessica Lewis, Jasmine May, Audrey Diaz, Frema A. Sarfo, Hayat Zaz, Rusidney Reyes Blanco, Eneda Kulhai, Mr. Jonathan R. Cooper, Igla Abimbola Ojolo, Alexandra Pacheco, Maceo A. Robinson, Paula Martinez,
Brian Zorilla.
Brianna Gonzalez, Hamza Mateen, Mr. Bhavik K. Patel, Diana Martinez, Nyla Adama Shabataka, Jesse Tam, Jonathan Rojas, George P. Luludis, Ms. Gencia Martini, Ipek Erdinch, Ohad Shaknai, Laiba Khan, Ms. Diana V. Arias, Tangela Joy Ann Lawson, Dana Krantz, Bahodur Nuraliev,
Gracia Jordan Acosta.
Emmeline Rodriguez, Eliana Bettencourt, Ithura Astrid Portilla, Diana Chittick, Amanda Elaine Cruz. Yarlet Castillo.
Oh, I need his card.
Sarthak Basu. Emily. Joseph Dutton. Diana Michelle Chuki. Renissa Lotto. Mr. Ishmael Alvarez. Kayla May Nicolas Pacheco. Mary Tedessa Guide.
Starquella T. Barino.
Evera Almeida Nil. Alina Traziak. Nicole Roldan. Netta Gagoli. Christian G. Nieto. Emily M. Torres. Allison L. Leenders. Jamir F. Perez. Mr. Jeremy De La Rosa. Lindsay Saville. Hina Nisar. Christopher W. Martinez. Maria Mukina. M. Fidel Aga Alqua. Diane J. Schusterman Bank.
Okay, now we switch sides.
Tanya Gomez. Ainur Arslan. David Alexander Barron. Isabella Jaramillo. Siada Nazanin Ala Mohammed. Younghee Isabella Lee. Monica E. Hidrogo. Mackenzie Lynn Zabo. Ms. Betania Martins da Costa. Fravi E. Adames Cueva. Jonathan D. Torres. Rocco Antonino Sulai. Philip Sekoloski. Alicia E. Gwendolyn Hockman. Emelita S. Bartzel. Shelley C. Barnes. Debbie Ann Dable. Shireen Williams Cardenas. Amanda Hope Palumba. Alexandra Faith Pasquarelli. Skylar Alexis McMahon. Natalie Joyce Sherino. Brandy Anush. Alim Bian. Victoria Bednars. Jaewon Kwan. Hakeem Reardon. Andreas M. Chenvinu. Sebastian Lidwin. Vivian Caetano Steinberger. Adela Menka. Stacy Rossetti. Roberto A. Morales. Destiny Gillespie Mangrum. Samantha E. Susser. Lauren Marahildo.
Almira Saharan.
Filippo Frescari. Danielle Stratford. Jennifer Gomez. Leslie Yuki. Martha Hux. Anna Sencilio. Jessica Ann Sokula. Marcella A. Galvis. Mr. Angelo G. Sticka Jimenez. Mr. Zamar Ahmed. Jordan Kamau. Lila Jimenez Katz. Raven Catherine Donahue. Richard R. Serrano. Rebecca Ann Coakley. Martha C. Baracol. Laura Freehoff de Macedo. Alexandra Robles. Teresa Petrozzulo. Hannah Rose Garcia. Michael Ray Rivera. Eduardo Hernandez. Alice Acosta. Tingshu Lu. Rio Morao. Salea Masood. Bertila Bruca. Stephen Alexis Crespo.
Anastasia Renner.
Michael Ramsey.
Luis Diaz.
Melanie Lutkeimer. Ani Guliashvili. Emily L. Takis. Ji Young Lee. Matilda Beccolari. Stephanie Musico. Nelda Brito Santos. Nicholas Pang. Daniela Curtis. Maureen Higgins. Matthew Martucci. Mr. Ricardo Vasquez. Lauren D. Trano Grenner. Samantha McManus. Justin Marrero. Alexa Petty. Christopher Stingo. Rachel Adams Duffy. Wesley Ferrer. Valerie Navarro. Zachary Alkis. Ms. Haley M. Lippman. Ms. Colleen Noel Cuviello. Brittany Raymond. Mr. Christopher C. Gagliardi. Nikia S. Jones. John Joseph Spinelli. Dan Johnson.
Just hold for 1 second. Hold for 1 second. Hold for 1 second.
Beverly Gonzalez. Sandra G. Toledo.
Thank you, Jack.
Mr. Justin Tyler Bischoff. Anthony Perez Garcia. Juana Perez Sanchez. Leslie J. Rodriguez. Sean M. Carney. Leslie J. Quiroa. Gloria Perez. Margaret McAteer. Connor Victor Namov. Mr. J. Quan Pollard. Lizelle Robley. Elaine C. Tosado. Kevin S. Ortiz Venegas. Justice Ashanti Murphy. Kyle S. Campbell. Christine Threshman. Eileen Mary Luz Bautista. Lindsay Reyes. Jacob Jelinski. Hayden Joseph Pacelli. Mr. Nicholas A. Mazzone. Michael Aaron Martinez. Matthew Julian Ramirez. George K. Ogden. Reynalda Carolina Diaz Santos. Xavier S. Warner. Hannah Thomas Mack. Alexa Grace Sachs Wilner. Mekie Rivera. Kira Lynn Watkowski. Aaron Cassidy Lime.
Lauren Fairher.
Samuel Martinez. Matthew R. Gunther. Domenico Di Malo. Eric Stephen Drotos. Victoria Margaret Florio Seidel. Janaea Lemon. Ellen Rose Nicolay Sowal. Zaina Riyad Alamari. Natalie Ashley Ledesma Duran. Ariana Vasquez. Nancy Lynn Davenport. Akila Nicole Clark. Amanda Lopez. Cassie D. Bromley. Randy Allison Krawitz Anderson. Karen Changanaki. Christina DeMartin Swartz. Nora Freud. Guillermo Sanchez Duque. Kayla Garcia. Monique T. Anderson. Julio Mancia Jr. Brittany Clark.
Kenneth Xavier Espinosa.
Andrew Londano. Nadine Geddes. Nicole Torres. Amy Gill.
Michael James Rosenblum.
April J. Pacenza. Johan R. Escoto.
Nicole Kaylee Marks.
Anna M. Janao Munoz. Stephanie Rivera. Alexandra G. Reynoso. Min Wook Kim. Beth Zaida Rivera. Jelena Aguila. Carol N. Lopez. Amelia Abrams. Latis Taniqua Macer. Lakeisha Monique Hoyle. Alexander Khan Hossein. Angelica Ramirez. Eric Vidal. Ashley Restrepo. Gabrielle M. Grant. Miss Quinn A. Trachtenberg. Thomas Reardon. Franklin O. Linares. Gabriel De Leon. Christopher Sanchez. Sophia Barros. Amy Raphael. Peyton Esposito. Olivia Correa. Marissa Bamondi. Natalie Herman. Carly Munez. Peggy Brackeye. Amelia Carney. Zoe Silva. Clea Manalari. Harrison Fairchild. Dominic Colonna. Matthew J. Leonessa. Lucas A. Fleckenstein. Chris M. Cravata. Ashley Varay Ginto. Jessica Dabu Jimenez. Valentina Acosta. Maima N. Gorgla. Cristiana Dema. David Martinez Cervantes. Ms. Monique Alicia Welch. Laura M. Neary. Caitlin Napolitano. Hannah Starr. Ms. Deja Fernandez. Benita Nandlall. Romeo M. Carrillo Jr. Renzo G. Alvarez.
Jericho Isip.
Ivelisse Caba. Nicholas Diosa. Nathaniel Tilkey. Sasha Amy Katsomi. Chantal A. Morales. Kelly M. DaCosta. Celine Yildirim. Anastasia Popstavanova. Judea S. Holloway. Tom Keenan. Kenneth M. Castro. Vasilka Ago. Leila Dermis. Anna Maria Maciejewska. Elma Kochan. Alexander Lopez Beltran. Samir Diaz Reyes. Lucia Marenkovich. Kimberly Michelle Ortiz. Maribel Contreras. Charles V. Clark Jr. Vincent L. Blale. Alicia Ju-Young Park. Shante Nicole Mays Costa. Catherine Elizabeth Murtha.
Salma Abedelis.
Kaylin V. Torres. Olivia Burnett. Ashley Batista. Lanaya R. Ortiz. Kayla Grant. Brittany Pusey. Carolyn Maria Garcia. Kiara Isabel Milligan. Agra Mindai. Kyle Ashley Rivera Pajarillo. Joshua Vargo. Gabriela Carmona Rios. Ian A. Cabrera. Colby E. Van Dyken. Jocelyn Cardozo Carmona. Jacqueline Sevastianovich. Bolana M. Valerio. George Castillo. Daniel Alejandro Perez. Marita G. De La Torre. Benjamin Duda. Nosa Salinas. Somali Power Findley. Pablo Herrera. Jose Santos Marakin Kumar. Sharon Dean. Nia E. Bray.
Tamika Bennett.
Tia Batelli. Angela N. Enriquez. Tyra Bermudez. Perla Thiemann. Viviana Antonella Diaz Valverde.
Kate Del Castillo.
Lamyra Newton. Veronica Oliveria. Alba Karina Rose. Genesis Padron. Skylar J. Healy. Edward A. Gugino. Maurice Luis Caballero. Elizabeth Rivera. Kenny Olivo.
Kimberly Salcido.
Evelyn Judith Mania. Melanie Laura Flynn. Miss Ayana A. Shu. Kirsty Annabelle Reynolds. Anthony L. DePremio. Shoshana Beriel James. Christine Budak. Solole Modaresi Fala. Ashley N. Maida. Jocelyn Juarez. Giselle Molina. Megan Phillips. Punsit Savani. Taylor N. Justin. Jimena E. Lopez. Patricia Surma. Luisa Fernanda Tabarez Santa. Perla Sedano. Angelica Perez. Leslie Marie Marilla. Zuhal Shahir. Natalia Wilson. Morella Leal McCollinow. Alejandra Garcia. Anita Madeline Calvacci. Kesel Ariana Echezareta. Nargiza Malone. Donna Hanjar. Tiffany Lakatis. Gabrielle Hope Lehman. Amanda Lexi Santiago. Ketavani Lapanashvili. Artiola Nasufi Marathi. Yael Cohn. Nasli Jasmine Feliciano. Kayla Villafana. Miss Angelique I. Ortiz Cameron. Shayna C. Wynn. Daniela Kaupas. Kaisha L. Fuller. Lauren N. Anderson. Rashid Hassan. Gianni D. Rodriguez. Ms. Leia Montalvo. Eliana Paulino. Ms. Melanie Talkman. Mr. Divjot Bindra. Kelvin Hanau.
Tara Pampley Aga.
Ms. Catherine Quilliam. Marlene Osorio. Joseph Saman Katora. Andrea Polly Thomas. Hugo Wong. Emily Elizabeth O'Neill. Ambreen Malik. Maria A. Mejia. Tiffany Aguilar. Kimberly Montoya. Danielle Lauren Colon. Jessica Bonilla Romero. Evelina Garbowski. Delilo Lavencia. Janae N. Romero. Yenny Hernandez Flores. Evan Casper. Lisa Moreno. Mr. Luis Antonio Guillardo Chancuzzi. Christina Cusio. Ekaterina Shearman. Marie Helene Jovio. Jennifer Kwok. Tahisha Rivera. Stephanie Ramirez.
Christine Girardelli.
Heather Coper. Brittany DeAngelis. Gianna DeRosa. Devin Garcia. Erica Leon. Ryan O'Leary. Ruben Dennis Rodriguez. Camilla Carmen Diaz. Hanan Ait Baja. Vance Vivar. Michael S. Minchala. Naira L. Oriana. Tulene Dalco. Sebastian Valenzuela Puerto. Caitlin H. Hines. Jakia Sultana. Sana M. Jude. Angelica Fermin. Kiara Guzman. Natalie Ulloa. Russell J. Morrell. Deanna Bag.
Three more. Christina first.
Christina Faith Feinroth.
Divinity, sorry.
Divinity Montijo. Katie Ann Conti.
That's a wrap.
Wow. As we've said over and over again today, it is truly inspiring to not only see the sheer number of graduates, in spite of so many odds, but the incredible diversity of our students. Community colleges represent open access and inclusion, and it's truly apparent when looking at the class of 2022. At this time, I would like to introduce Dorothy Blakesley, the chairwoman of the Bergen Community College Board of Trustees, who will confer the degrees and certificates.
Hi, everyone. I am Dorothy Blakesley, and I am proud to serve as chairman of the Bergen Community College Board of Trustees. You have achieved so much and brought such joy to our Bergen community. I'm proud that you chose Bergen and that we helped prepare you for success. And so, with great pride, by virtue of the authority of the Bergen Community College Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the associate degree or certificate with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining hereto. Congratulations, you did it. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, Chair Blakesley. It is now my honor to welcome SGA President Christina Feinroth to provide some closing thoughts.
Congratulations, we made it. As cliche as those 4 words are, they should mean a lot. This was no easy feat by any means. Maybe you've gotten through these years with a child tugging on your arm as you try your best to listen to your online lecture. Maybe you balance 2 jobs on top of 18 credit semesters. Or maybe you're like me and you decided to take on student government or maybe PTK or some other challenging association, organization, or club on campus. But no matter how you got here, and no matter how long it took you to get here, you made it. What matters now is what you do next. And there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to do great things. But those great things can wait one more day. Because today is a day that you should spend celebrating. Today, remember why you started this journey, be it for your children, your parents, or yourselves. Today, celebrate how far you've come, the friends you made along the way, and the doors that have now opened for you. To quote Abed Nadir, one of my favorite characters from one of my favorite TV shows, Community, you can do whatever you want, you just have to know what that is. Thank you, and again, congratulations, class of 2022. You may now move your tassels.
Thank you, Christina. We told you we had a big surprise for you at the end, and I promise you won't regret it. Each year, the generosity of donors to the Bergen Community College Foundation helps support hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarships. Many of you in attendance today have received these scholarships in the past, but today we're here to celebrate the future and what lays ahead. That's why, for the first time, the foundation will sponsor 3 $500 scholarships for graduates in attendance at today's ceremony. And now we're going to draw them right now. If your name is called, please stand and one of our volunteers will escort you to the stage.
Would you like to draw?
Ashley Varay Guinto. Lauren Anderson. And before I draw this last one, I'm going to donate $500 so we can do a 4th one. Dr. Levenka's wondering, hey, that's not in the script. Jessica P. Carchi. Yenny Hernandez Flores.
Just hold. Congratulations. Congratulations.
I'd like to take a moment to really deeply thank Dan Foley, the director, the chairman of the Foundation for Bergen Community College. His leadership is exceptional. And he's a volunteer. Congratulations. The Foundation wants you to remember, no matter where you use this scholarship in the future, you were Bergen Community College graduates first. All of you have become an important part of the BCC legacy. I wish you all of the success in the world. Thank you for choosing Bergen Community College and becoming part of our Bergen family. Thank you. Congratulations, class of 2022.